Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Chaos Knight. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Chaos Knight's revealed. Darkflame and the Deadly Drill make the Knight RUINATOR a luscious headhunter. Alright, so we recently got a brand new build, and we got a new datasheet coming for the Imperial Knights. Now we've got a Chaos Knight to go along with it. It seems like only yesterday we were staring in awe at the majestic new Knight Defender and his storming Void Shield, but fans of the big stompy building crushers need not wait long before the next taste of the Titanic. The Chaos Knights won't let the attention pass them by. Where their new Imperial rival is an honorable guardian, the new Knight RUINATOR is anything but, and woe betide all who attract its bloodthirsty attention. Alright, so very cool. Here is our first official look at it, and it looks like it's got basically like an awesome huge new flamer, and then a crazy like drill. First, let's take stock of the weapons. The Knight RUINATOR packs a deadly Darkflame Lance for its main ranged armament, a match for the awesome 3-barreled weapon on the Knight Tyrant, plus a pair of Terrorpulse missile launchers that hurl swarms of armor-piercing missiles big enough to burst a Space Marine. On the left, to nobody's surprise, with most Chaos Knights believing that having more than one decent gun is cowardice, is a vicious melee weapon called the Fellbore. Okay, so very cool. We noticed the initial two weapons, but I did not see the missile launchers that it's packing as well. So instead of like a little stubber or melt-a-gun, it's going to have some missiles, which hopefully can dish out a little bit more damage, as normally the stubber and melt-a-gun are a little bit underwhelming. This short-ranged arsenal singles out Ruinators as dedicated brawlers. Pilots of these infernal machines single out a particular target for the ire at the start of the battle, hunting it down with murderous focus before butchering their victim and moving on to their next unfortunate plaything. Rules for fielding your own Knight RUINATOR alongside its equally appalling cousins can be found in the new Codex Chaos Knights, a haunting tome full background lore, miniature galleries, and rules for the enormous Oathbreakers. If you ever wondered why anyone would want to give up a cozy life of stomping around giant castles, talking about family trees, and instead go out in the galaxy on a mad killing spree with their giant murderous mech, you'll find your answers here. Alright, so very cool. So here's our first look at the brand new Chaos Codex cover for the Knights, and it is absolutely awesome. Beautiful art right here. Super cool. And presumably now, after seeing the initial Imperial Knights and then now the Chaos Knight Codex and new models, they're probably going to be released together. Initially, the Imperial Knights were showing up on the Codex timeline, but there was no actual appearance of the Chaos Knights, and now it looks like they have pushed back the Imperial Knights and the Chaos Knights are going to be coming along with it. So hopefully they're not too far out. Much like the Imperial counterparts, the Chaos Knights have been split into two boxes, both of which can build a Knight Desecrator or Knight Rampager, with one containing a new sprue for the Knight RUINATOR, while the other can be assembled as a Knight Abominant. There will also be a set of data cards and dice to go along with this release, so you can stretch your stuff like a proper war-addled noble. Keep an eye on Warhammer community for more Imperial and Chaos Knights news as we get closer to release, including a close look at the new detachments. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. Okay, so when they say they're going to be splitting up the boxes into two, essentially you're just going to have the existing box, and then you're going to have a new box that is missing the stuff that creates the Knight Abominant sprue, and then you're going to have the Knight RUINATOR sprue as well. So it's really not being split into two new boxes. They're just releasing a new box with the new sprue and then leaving the old box alone. So no real changes here. It's still kind of a pain if you want to build like the Chaos Knight that has the old chassis and weapons, but doesn't get access to like the cool new like actual Knight body and everything. But that has always been an issue, so no real changes there. So very cool right here. Definitely love the Chaos Knight's like actual chassis, and then having another variant is definitely going to be awesome as well. I do wish they would have like said the stats on the new stuff so we'd have a better idea what to expect. But the actual like drill combat weapon looks absolutely amazing. I would imagine it's going to slap, because the Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights combat weapons are already really good, so this thing is going to have to be amazing. And then on top of that, the flamer style like weapon on this thing looks absolutely awesome too. Obviously, part of the benefit of a flamer is that they're so good on Overwatch, so hopefully it has some kind of rules that will allow you to still do some like overwatching with it. Either a special stratagem similar to what we see in the One Knight detachment where you can overwatch with a single weapon, or possibly just a special rule that overrides like the no overwatching rules. And then as far as the missiles, if they're just anything better than a stubber or melt-a-gun, they're going to be an upgrade, so definitely looking forward to that. Always been a massive fan of the Chaos Knights models, and then of course like the more options the better. I typically run an all Armiger list, but I do have a couple of the big stompy robots also. And perhaps this Knight will be the one that puts me over the top and makes me start taking some of the big boys instead of all little guys. I am super excited to see the new detachments for the Imperial and Chaos Knights, the new data sheets for the new Imperial and Chaos Knight variants, and definitely looking forward as what's to come, as the Knights themselves are awesome, the models are amazing and super fun to paint, and then they're a ton of fun to put on the tabletop. So let me know if you're excited for this new Chaos Knight variant, if you're excited for the Imperial Knight variant, or if you're just really excited for the codexes in general. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I will definitely be picking up both codexes and both of the new Knight variants. And I'm out of here.